Hello, Miss Salone fumble them. Me na Abdul Karim Kagbo don't come to una back with another episode of the Salon Issues Show. Me fumble them last 2 days ago on Thursday. I see we all come together and talk about things them with a really right now na big challenge na salon. And I want to tell na boku thank you. And boku people comment and na YouTube we get over 10,000 for the first time. Over 10,000 people know watch them. And I'm really grateful for where we all they come and rub mot because salon na one salon we get. So we don't come today again for continue with our topic day. Again, I know una relent within Englishman go call relent, let una give up. Let we all not give up. Because for right now we know say now one particular thing they affect salon right now. And according to the opposition, they say the main bone of contention, the key issue where they cause for lack, then continue for boycott government activities. And we all don't see in our parliament major things that happen, but majority of the APC folks do not did it. Now only one member of the opposition, when Honorable Mohamed Bangura, na ino mo did it. So this now something where every Sierra Leonean for concern. And then major there will happen, like the confirmation of the president in people name, even though as we don't see from Kaba, EBK, and now Madabio first term, and now quote and unquote this Madabio 2.0, we all know say for the most part now rubber stamp, not just no more the formality, but still if it be necessary for like APC majority did it. APC, where I mean majority, like most of APC, then people and did it. So now then thing they want for Rob Motpa because Baku people and they ask now, okay, well, how long we go deep at this? So for able answer that question they waiting I go do. And the topic by the way, we put say the thing then where they make headline na salon as of today before I come now the program as recent as today if major thing they make headline as salon definitely we go cover them and una safe right away la open the phone line so the phone line they open and people that we want for call within North America, Canada, US and Mexico, una cable call the toll free number and 1-866 944-7722. The toll free number and 1-866 944-7722. So if you they call now the UK where it can be local call for you now plus 4420 8089 1455 plus 4420 8089 1455. If they call now Australia and around there Sydney area, and for B local call for you as well. So you can call plus 61 2909 843377 plus 61 2909 84337. And this one way I can always say now the one port. If you want for call through the one port we're in our WhatsApp and you can call with WhatsApp line from any part of the world where you day. And no matter also you day, as long as you get internet and you download WhatsApp on your phone, you can able for reach we. And the WhatsApp number where you can call now 1-343-997-5828. The number again with WhatsApp one port number now 1-343-997-5828. So me fumble them again. We need to waste time now. Yeah, the phone line they open right away. And una can call and we will be more than happy for taking our call. And by the way, Again, a possible say anti-Kadi go join we. If you join we go just it will just zoom through because this is not just general topic, and particularly where we all familiar with the topic. We just want for give we own take and also give an update as to the recent things them we they currently happen. So the major aspect we I want for look at now is the question of how we go able go before, how we go past this. APC they don't ask for beaucoup things them, but the main thing where they ask for is for like the electoral commission. Then boss the chairman when Mr. Mohammed Kone for let it go release waiting and call the disaggregated data. So waiting at disaggregated data. Now the small aspect of the data we now by polling station specifically that they ask for. Because the data we then publish now the overall total. So APC then say now release the data where amounts to the total where you add up for come get the total. Let we see if then numbers then go match the number the way we get, and then we go gonna parliament. But if they don't match the number then way we get, because we self get some small number then by polling station. Remember, Una will be joined on Thursday. I show una the what they call statute where now the Public Elections Act. This now act where Parliament pass and it become law. Say now this way we election for go and waiting corner for do and all them things then they. So now when we look at it, it tell we clearly say yes. Then for go by district. So the district returning officer, if for certify the numbers them, for make sure say each polling station, the number them meet the requirement, then valid and all that. Again, for make all the verification and they, and after that, the summary, the way they summarize, say okay, this polling station total gets this, this one gets this. So all that they is summarize them, and remember the act say when a law now is say the summary then small number then they by polling station each district returning officer with now the overall head of ECSL now that district they if for make boku copy them according to the act I be shown now them copies then for share then copies then they to the observers then we present during the time we they be the tally, and then the people them way now the agents them, so therefore give them copies of them small number the summary of the polling station numbers them. So where they don't do that, then certify them or then verify, say yes, their numbers, then they are the two numbers them. So the next step now are for send and go now the regional office them, where the regional returning officer itself get for verify and make sure say the district officer not miss anything. So if it don't satisfy, we then say certify. It don't verify and confirm, say yes, the numbers here, the district officer don't miss anything, and myself don't stamp and say I satisfy with the numbers here. Then send the numbers then they now to the national office where now they corner in here for coming now. So corner now therefore take all the numbers then they from each region, the regional offices, they all get for send the numbers them, and then corner now get for find a own team where they put their numbers and then at the computer and then tabulate them and then come with the final result where go be as they call them the aggregated result. So they add up all the first, they add up all the districts by polling station where the district officer don't do that and it summarize them, and then they add up now by the region where the regional officers they don't do, then summarize them the result, and now at the national level then put all the summaries, then they add them all up. and then give the final total for call before then call the result for the presidency. And for the parliamentarians, them, it's in a district block, now by district. So they look at all the total number of districts and they make them formula. And that formula, they, even though, in my opinion, looking at the Public Elections Act, the formula where they're using not correct, but let me give them benefit of the doubt. They use that formula there, and then that formula they use now for allocate seats them by districts. Say, for example, this now just example, Connaught, then get 10 seats where they're supposed for represent Connaught na parliament. So for that 10 seats they look at the district numbers them and the total, then do the formula and say if you get this threshold, you will get 1 seat. So then calculate them and take and get the total number of 10 seats na Connaught and distribute them according to the formula. So now that way the Elections Act say A for B. So but now APC they say if Connaught gets the total, like I explained so, if he gets the total, so that means it don't get first the polling numbers them, and then you don't get the regional numbers them before it come to that total when at the final. So what me fumble them, the issue now where we they face where ECSL self they say gets their own blame now. Because where you look at the Public Elections Act, the Public Elections Act say all waiting at talk so the steps them way you for follow. So it means say you for don't first get that disaggregated data like the AFAF data them where you get for add up for get the final total. So if you read the final total, when you say, now based on that final total, the President Bill win, and all the members of parliament, the councillors, them, all the one that way they elect, they win. So that means you get the disaggregated data already. So I want let we people then take note of waiting at they say so. Because for let you get the total number, you first forget the disaggregated data. So the small data them where you add up, forget the total. You for don't get the one and they first before you come with total. Otherwise, if you just come with total, you don't get them small numbers then it fishy. So the question now is how you come up with that total day. So now that's the international community they say, since waiting you publish, now the total you publish, so it means say you get the small numbers then. We give you the total. So we want for let you publish the small numbers then by polling station. So we self go add them numbers then for let we able get the total where you get. Where now that total they use for say President Bill win and all the other people that way you win. So me fumble then the question now is if ECSL go the right way, why force Connaught be say it go difficult, it go take time for let them publish them small numbers then when are them small numbers then you forget force before you get the total. So why is it for take time? It will take time. That's not the number one question where I want for let una self think about and ask ECSL. That's not the number one thing. Especially where the international body don't say all this. But the question now is where I know say I don't talk all that on Thursday. And again, I see Bokofuna really join the program. And now I don't see people that don't join. And I have to tell Una Boku, thank you for that. We get close to 200 people and now we don't join with our Facebook. And now YouTube, we get close to 100 people. So this is a big number. And I really tell Una Boku thank you for where Una always they come na VOS and let una self give una own contribution to waiting they go on. But what I want for do today though, Fambulem, as I be they come na the studio where I can go through the source them where I can they use for like I able put the program together for una. So among the thing them where I pick up APC where one parliamentarian elect because I know said last Sunday we be get Honorable Abdul Kagbo. He make some comment about some technicality, some technical things them where initially VOS put now the headline say him na MP elect. But he said no, we not get am correct. It will be just MP because as long as ECSL don't pronounce you as the elected person, automatically you don't become MP. For them, it say according to the constitution. But we not argue with them, we change them right away. But the other thing where I want to draw to your attention, so if the viewers get it wrong, then it means the speaker self get it wrong because when the speaker be the refer to them, the speaker self say members elect, APC members elect. So I just want for throw a little bit of light on that as well because I know say some people go maybe confused because we were there abroad mostly. Now, so before you take the oath, they say MP elect, president elect. So until you take the oath of office, and then you become now a full MP or a full president, like the president of the day now. So it say, well, for Salone, because of the constitution, yes, you will say that for the president, but for the MPs, them, you know, go say MP elect because to them, according to the constitution, the side way it quote is say immediately we then declare you the winner, you become MP right away in a technical sense. So we need to argue with them. We just kind of want for through the lights there. So before I continue for talk boku boku, I want for play for una the interview where Honorable Usman Timbo, where now the Deputy Secretary General of APC. So this now big name and himself now person where they elect. So I go say now MP or MP elect, whichever way you see him. So I want for let we listen to that interview there where he do with Voice of America, and let we come back and then talk about what he say and how feasible or how possible it will be for waiting he say for let it happen. And again, I know say no put directly say it is say this on behalf of APC, but it make it clear saying our APC stand. So now that's make it very important for let we listen. For una we don't listen, maybe if I come with my analysis, sometimes una go see that interview day in a different way. Because if you don't listen to them, maybe you conclude in your own way. But after I give me analysis, sometimes you will see them a different way. But if you continue to see them that way, then that's fine. And this now part of the thing where we encourage people them for the call and comment now VOS. So I want for go right away then and play the interview so we all go able listen to them together, and then I go come after that interview day and continue with the discussion again. Fumble them like last week, the phone lines them be really jam packed. Una be do a great job for make sure say una call and give una own contribution. The thing why they appeal though they are beg me fumble them una no wait stay the last minute where they try for close the show and then una begin call. Where una do that, it'll make the program go a little bit longer, and when they give me opportunity for like able give una plenty chance. So last last time on Thursday, I really want to apologize. We be still get plenty people in the line, but because we don't go way above the 2 hours, this program we always try for keep am within 2 hours. For like una no sit down and wait for too long. And also una can enjoy the program, but let it not go for too long. So we want for always keep maximum 2:30, but we want for maintain that 2 hour line. And before I do that, we get a caller on the line. Let we take the call. Let we not make the caller wait for too long. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
My name Ben Connor. I call from America, New Jersey specifically.
All right, brother Ben. Thank you so much for what you call. And waiting on you take on the way we don't set the program. I know say we still get Bokutin for talk about, but waiting on you general take on the issues then where they gonna salon right now.
Well, another zoom on that right now because you just start the program and you not bring up some of the issues then. But what I just want to say from the onset is the fact of the matter, we all rely on this international community all the time. I understand Salone don't reach to the extent within the waiting set map on the own for everything, but things like electoral matters, and then two parties, especially the APC and the SFP, now two old parties. Not only that, we get stakeholders in another country there. Some of them think they will be not get truth and reconciliation committee or waiting for where the war be done. Some of them think they will for the take your own responsibility now for settle matters in our own house instead of all the time depending on this international community. The fact of the matter, me, all the opinion are not the toxic, it not really matter because then we don't accredit them, they come as observers then. But maybe for zero more on waiting with local waiting first then CSOs then or other people then being the report that we then be key. We've been for zero on that and maybe just bring in these recommendations that the international community can make. Because at the end of the day, now we contribute, we get for rule ourselves, we be not getting independence for quite a long time. So we get for take matters in our own hand. We, like for instance, I will give you an example where everybody they cry Marcella Samba. Me not a politician, I know one day vote na Salone. I don't left Salone since 1977, but they just give me matter. Me for one, I would have not, outrightly they cry what he in organization do and things like that. All them before do, then before just what he said, okay, answer, what he then get, all man what he then get, then bring account, including even APC. If ECSL not put in what he said they now, let them bring what he then get, let people then they look at, then wait until ECSL bring their own report. Because if you go remember, just few days ago, connect the vote. I don't think that anybody did APC more than connect the vote. It debunked all the issues the way APC raised, and it quoted from the law, from the constitution and the own constitution and bylaws. And a key example of everything for saying and always they happy, not happy. And worst of it, Mr. Moderator, if APC been don't go na court, all them things they not before don't they happen. Because the court go mandate ECSL or any other party for let them bring out whatever APC the what itself ask for. But the bottom line is APC waive all their rights. So I mean, they'll give you a chance that you don't just begin the program so that you can continue the program maybe later on I will candy. But now I just want to put this international community being forced. Let they focus on we said. Because at the end of the day, now we get fixed we don't host.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And what you call, we get another caller on the line. Let we listen to him. VS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
Hello?
Yes, we dey get you now. Waiting on your name and who say the call from.
My name Mohammed. I call from America.
All right, Mohammed. Yes, go ahead with your comment. What you get? Waiting on you take for today. We get other callers them. I just want to select the one waiting a WhatsApp. and let you know say we don't take we will bring after this call. Go ahead, Mohammed. Waiting are you take?
Me on take.
Now for reduce the volume that you set because they get a feedback from you, please.
Me
Um
on take. The
yes.
whole thing are true, not the whole thing. Because if it true day, by then time I have not a them problem here. And the electoral commissioner, I'm not sure say he do the right thing. Because any side way through not the that thing that problem you know will ever solve until we get the truth. And me on take again, you see Sierra Leone. And now see Sierra Leone they grow. Because when they look for like other countries them, like Tanzania, and Tanzania are the same year where we gain independence. But today go to Tanzania. But Sierra Leone, you go there, the same, they deteriorate no more, you go some place yourself. If you not take time, take the world done, but you cannot the past day. So, it really sorry. So, this is me only intake because true not the whole thing, this election, not true. Because if we get people that way they talk the truth, by then time I'm not the parent here. This is a simple thing. Pull the results them, pull them by the police station. You don't done. We not blame APC or SLPP, but now the man we had the thing. Now it cause them problem here today, so we solve this too. So if you not get somebody where they come in between them two parties and also between the electoral commission itself, I'm not sure say Salone they go before and they go it deteriorate no more Sierra Leone. I'm not no better than Salone. I swear to God. So let me take that day.
Okay, and you make a fair point. So let we because the phone lines them, and I'm so glad the phone lines that on the busy. Let we hear from other people them and waiting a second for say because it's a very important issue in a salon. All right, WhatsApp, please go ahead. Waiting your name and who say they call from, please. So
You get me?
what's up? You did it?
You get me clearly? Hello?
All right, go ahead,
get me
please. I don't know why. We need to hear you clearly.
You get me now? Hello? Hello?
Okay, it look like say I don't know if we know the AM, but we need to get the WhatsApp. I don't go off. So we dey hope that we try for see how we go. Let me try again this person. VS Network.
Hello.
Hello caller. WhatsApp. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kabo. Thank you. Hello?
Okay.
Did they get me?
All right. I think say we get a little bit of issue with WhatsApp, so maybe we'll try for fix that. Because WhatsApp
Hello?
now is very very important for we dey get and me need to get the WhatsApp actually. So we go try for fix that and see how we go able for bring to Una. So my apologies because of the technical issue. But we go try for fix the WhatsApp and take them from there. Okay. So WhatsApp, unfortunately, will not say you did it, but we need to get you through. So, but let me take the other line. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting a name and who say the call from, please.
Well, this is Abdul Williams calling from Virginia, USA.
Hello, Mr. Abdul. Thank you so much for your call, Brother Abdul. And what are you take on this issue today?
Uh, well, like the last caller, waiting the talk, me support am say the country na true nine no day by the old issue.
Okay.
Because this na simple thing. It just felt like for the rest of the time you don't send your pikin go school, then tell you say your pikin don't pass exam. You go and see the results. If then you can't ask you for the result as a teacher. You say you no get time. You get for take time. You no go believe what you picking in our school if not true or not. This na election where everybody get interest of. The international community get interest of. Everybody get interest of this thing. And the international community now then they help we. They say the country they way they that anything we need help. But if we dey do something, they to standard, we need to try for people where they help you for make them satisfy. We say, okay, we able to do on we own. Whilst we able to do nothing on by we self. And see, pass now then people are the help we. We get one and then people are help we. Anything and then people help we. So if now I feel say like what the man talking right at the right thing, the ESL line are the problem, not to the SLPP or the APC. Do something where everybody is satisfied. It's very simple. Why this data business or who not be nobody become an issue? So this time I did think this right. Why ESL they refuse for publish this data where they want when they ask for? Let everybody know say as the result the SLPP or APC anybody win, let the country line go before. Let me do something to standard. But if we do something right now, even the international community don't they get question on them. So I don't know why we Israel so they go. So now me won't take down the part of the program. Thank you very much for when I do them program. Can listen them once so while working there at work.
And we want to tell you also, Boku, thank you for what you call. And let we, you make great points. So let we hear from other Sierra Leoneans them and waiting themselves get for say this. VS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and who say the call from, please.
Hello, my brother. Kabo, how you do, my brother?
I did do well.
I they call from Virginia, USA.
Wonderful. I did do well, Mr. Toure. Thank you so much, Brother Toure, where you call. And what are you take on this issue tonight, please?
Yes, my brother, like you mentioned, you already say this is a general topic. It cover everything concerning the past elections.
Yes.
You see, actually, the trouble in Sierra Leone, we Sierra Leoneans, them, we not get the truth. Naina with problem. Salone no want truth. And as long as truth not the real between we, if justice not there in that country, they, believe you me, Sierra Leone is better one if they far. Because we Sierra Leoneans, we will say we sabi small, we hide the truth as long as they know they in we favor. Anything we know they in we favor, we not care about that. Even if it bends, we they try for straighten and make them let it go be, let just walk. Even though it's straight, we know say this not to the right thing, but because not to something where they money or not to something where we support, we always they go with the type of any way for crime down. Okay, let me go into the elections. This is very simple. APC don't come out say, look, all we need, let them show me the result as per polling stations. And the reason why make APC they stress on this year, not only that go make the world self know say, waiting the election where they announce it clean and correct. Now, we they look at the presidential. You know, the presidential results, everybody they focus at right now. The other result, when are the parliamentarians, most part of the country, the way the results come, a lot of people get a question on that. Because when they see part of the north, SLPP, they share parliamentarians na their side and the outcomes. Which magic way they use for do all that? Then when you go to the east and south, all for them. But when you come to the north, then come for can oppress again. So the entire show now a game where they might play forget everything on themselves. The presidential they don't get them, the parliamentarians have, then they top there. So anything where they want to do, then forget the absolute right for do with no question. Even if APC go to this parliament, what is really APC able to do? When you look at the results where they already done, what APC able to do? There's nothing. So the entire show, let there be justice. Justice, now they bring peace. But any believe me, my brother, we just be sorry for what because every state they do so, they go against the international body. We not to solve a state where a state now, man, we're able to take care of business. But you can't, you get for beg from your daddy or your mama, do you they make pompous towards them if they withdraw all their support from you. There's nothing you can do, and you they now backward. And Sierra Leone there in a state where they say, if we true not come and let we people then get sorry out for the people there, especially the low people them, they're not sorry for them. For let we go do the right thing. This power, people then say without power, without being there. I mean, you not go even think about the masses. So you not care. Power. That's you. Once you did it. Now what do you want? Waiting not the right thing, you not care about that. Now what you want and you not care about the suffering. Who that suffer, who that die, not in your business. Sierra Leone is in a very sorrowful stage. So let we pray, let God help we, my brother. Now that will stop, yeah? Bye-bye.
Amen. And thank you so much for what you call. And we still, for whatever reason, the WhatsApp nearly come through, but let we try one more time because we see beaucoup people they try for join we on WhatsApp. So let we try this person. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please? WhatsApp.
Hello.
So WhatsApp line on that person there?
Are they hearing you clear? But you know the hearing.
All right. So waiting on your name? WhatsApp.
Yes, my name is Ahmed. I call from UK.
Okay. Well, Ahmed, waiting you take on waiting they go on right now.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Kagbo. Actually, you don't really for educate you a lot, and from where I follow you under this platform for a long time now. You know, I really like the analysis. I think one of the credible Salonians and we want good in that country, bless you for that in the family. You know, I know some people you look at them in a different form, you know, because sometimes like the previous speakers say, I want to agree with them. When you talk the truth and we country, they ask you. But you know, for we don't come out of that country, we don't see how they Western country survive. Now true, respect, dignity, now illegal the leaders and guests. Make the able go further, not to prayer, not to fasting. Me, I dey pray fervently 5 times a day. But not to believe and that kind of say, more pray for the country, more fast for the country, make the country go before. No. Then fast for America, then fast for England, then fast for France. Now the kind people the way they get in leadership. Now then make them continue to develop today. All of this problem what we face to Mr. Kagbo. This is not about fasting. Now integrity, now leadership, now people, if you corner them, put you, them pay you, or make you look at election holistically, make you call the result regardless of your party, show who that win correctly. We don't need this year. But because to few people then, they want all the entire population, because then they benefit, you know, they forget about their wealth, they forget about their picking, they forget about the year after, the commons, they suffer, they can't make that kind of facade, you know, election malpractice. This everybody see them. We all the watch. We see they capture ballot box them. They beat people them. They smoke with ballot box. We see all of a sudden they just call the result. You don't analyze the whole thing. Then they are. Me, I follow you. I see the analysis. You see which side the APC wrong. Why not go? When you analyze about the court system and the power where they get. We make you know this, but the other side where at least where the constitution get mandate for make you do the right thing. When you not do, and then it is their own. People will say why you not go court. But this court system, we don't follow them. We don't see them full same parliamentarian thing. me, I not blame nobody. Mr. Kagba, I tell you for free. I mean, as young guy, they come up, but me, Abbas Muni, from where I wake up, where I read the book, where I follow up. Abbas Muni, the architect of Marabi government. This guy get PhD in law. He's a very dangerous fellow. Now, then, guy, they work. You know, Marabi don't get any governance system. You know, study what government. But because it can't get people, few people who sabi for the country, we know about how to manipulate things, now make it survive. So, and these are the people. But today, the young people who will get, and then why would they celebrate? And for can them, kind politicians, they why to support them. What they don't do? Preserving them after a lot of corruption. So then at their backs, you don't power the young people, then they raise them, they praise them. This is the whole thing about this election. Now, trust no day. But if we continue to go further, we will not kill our audience here. Sakago, now wasted energy. We get for first time. Me and you get a role like coaching they do so. I know people not go let coaching with the talk. But this is not about APC. Me, I not ever vote for APC or my country. I not ever. You know, but when they look at the people, me and the common people, me, I get 11 sisters in that country. I know the problem why they would go there. She the woman there. We then pick it, some of the young man and then get people there. But I have to go through school, people problem, and they go so many things. So this is the thing. What will put the top? What
All right.
And they look at the common man. I suffer. Not to the sister of brother, but they party them. The people they wait for live as a security.
Okay. And then, yeah, unfortunately, time down with you. Yeah, we get other people we
So thank you very much. Thank you. No problem. Thank you very much. I'll go back to that time.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me take additional calls then because the calls them will give small preference to the one in our WhatsApp. So now the other line, they are now patient with we. VOS Network, WhatsApp, go ahead please. What's your name and where they call from?
Yes, sir. This is Paul Mustafa again. I've been trying to call this now, but the line got off. I don't know what happened. Yes, this is the talk about this data. I don't know if now we are seeing, even the last data we've been doing on the website, this EC has allowed to delete all of our data. For making them justify, say, oh, data not been there. Yes, I want to go on that website, like click all the things about summary 90, like what it is give right now. So now summary 90. That website, even the 2012, 2007 election will be there per polling station. You don't delete them all. If you go on this year's website, even if you go try for check NEC, next Salone, the old one, no disaggregated data, so that they will justify why they don't want to. I'm telling you, this year, like where I've been telling Mr. Kago the other time, the honorable.
Yes.
All in there, so the guy had a plan, and you don't execute them though. So because as you say, if you per maths, they say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So they say, okay, prove I get 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. They go to the reverse. So now you defend, they say we don't per maths, they say QE, so I don't prove them. But if you get all the small data them, and now the big data now, we like just summary. It again, but when they say this one, which I get the answer for, Hey, we see something because now all of their justification is not no data. Because no SL people will never accept the result when they give them also without any breakdown. They will never. Because we know the desperation of the president, where we get, we don't know the president is. Everybody am saying they go fed or they go do what they do. And I'll just quickly, because now of late from where Devo puts this in interview, then I didn't hang. They forget say Devo before this election in this don't the other side now a disaffected party we they in exile. It be interested and like Sylvia Blyden we get problem with the executive. I mean Ecola and Eskuruma, the other one they get problem with them. So now we started in all this which he talk. But they forget say even the data we in give because we try to analyze waiting news say. He say new tell them say SLP get 6% lead. Now lie, 6 points. Because news say Marabu they get 50%, that's the central point. Samura they get 46 something, na the central point. So it can be say Marabu they come down 3 points or it go up 3.53. But in for make them tell you say he get a problem with Samura, in just they take Samura a lower point and then he take Marabu upper point. So for choose Marabu. So them now this they not all from then they are with that man remove that car with that interview. Say, oh, even they talk say Marabu APC no because therefore they know they understand against the guy na disaffected party. The guy don't talk say in as some small camp today. Just like where Sylvia Blyden they ever support this executive, the current executive on the other side. Now, they hold on, say, oh, what you talking about true? Because this is what politics is about. But don't forget about that. The person where they in the lead, where they head this organization, let him just do the correct thing. There is no way this election where the whole world they watch, where he could get away with not without giving this figure we didn't want for see because of the way it tabulates these figures. Because if you never do
Okay.
that process, that
Yeah,
dubious thing
but,
about
yeah,
tabulation, they never bother
yeah,
you. But now because
Brother
that
Mustafa,
process where
as
you do where you
always,
let people now come on and do, then know we do the tabulation. That make the
yes.
head being as well. And you must produce these figures. I
Okay.
know I just want to make people aware.
And
Thank you very much.
as always, you can make great point. Let's take another call. The phone line they're really busy today. VOS Net. Hello, call. What's your name inside the call from, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Kabo, I name Abdul.
Yes, Mr. Abdul. Thank you for the call.
Yeah.
And what's your contribution to this issue today?
Yes, sir. With the issues that were going on at Sierra Leone, first of all, from the topic, I get problem with the act we project.
Okay.
Because how you get forget an election in the year 2023, then you go come with an act where they come supersede that election day inside 2022. It's like, a game of football, we get for start, and then within 90 minutes, just within 45 minutes, then you change the goalpost. Now that so I see them. Then I want for then that be the section, the one where you project, that be the and we didn't say we didn't give the powers. Say the commissioner as he think and fit. That what they are underline them. So the parliamentarian they will be in there that fifth parliament for say they not be read this act, where them pass them, why they not be kick against that very section there? Because again the power for do waiting he do so. So I get problem with that act the way he projects, sir. Yeah. Then at the same time, people are always they blame the constitution of this 1991 constitution. But presidents don't come, presidents don't go, we not get any kind of problem there. So we don't get electoral commissioners them. This kind of problem we not get up. This man, this Mr. Kone, so he don't come up. Now then they ask and the whole world they ask him for let pull figures there. So it's like I don't know if not shame it is shame for pulling figures there. So because at the end of the day, me not believe say the figures the way you get for pulling get for match with the results where you don't already announce. So now it make you see they make no she for pulling figures there. So because they're not able to cook them up again. They don't cook the figure already, you don't pull the percentage. We don't make now delegates today. I mean the country don't divide more and more. Say now look we not get opposition even. You see, so that my own take, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. And again, I'm really glad the way people they contribute. So waiting I go do let's take additional calls them because meal analysis yes important, but on our numbers there, on our calls them, they're equally important as well. VOS Network. Hello caller, waiting your name and who say the call from, please.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother.
When I name King and they call from United States.
Thank you so much, Brother King. Go ahead, please. Waiting on your contribution for tonight's
The
program.
contribution on all this topic is it depends on who that you talk to. And it depends on who that get the blog where they use the internet. And Sierra Leoneans, even within abroad now and within Sierra Leone, if we're not truthful with that country and we not really like that country, that country not get for go before. Because it depends on who that you talk to. All the bloggers, you go to VOS now, you go to Triple AO, everybody they talk with that in interest live. Low come for goodness sake for low take precedent in that country. Whenever we election don't come, anybody ask for disaggregated figures. Low ask that question. Whenever they don't ask for that figures. And ECSL, they only put that figure on the website where they don't do everything where they do, then put up for let everybody look. Nobody not ever ask for them. Is it that because it is not in the way of one person today, it will be another, it will be on the highway? Now that country we did, where they pull results, where they announce presidential results for President Anish Kroma, then they count results not going. When they ask him, he said the figure we left, not significance with the result where he don't pull. And when they further ask him, he said then go police. Would that be cause chaos in that country? We didn't see anything happen. Nobody will not see any chaos in that country. The people then go court. The court not go forward. Yet that country be peaceful. Is it because we go always stand there, we not get shy for shy away from this thing? Is it because that one party not go in power, that country not for rest? Some of we be in other elections. I'll go outright to say to everybody, we not say SLP, we not say APC. APC not been ready for win that election. They not been ready. They're not been ready for win that election because they're not even campaign. You know. And just as I say, my first point where I say, whenever we don't ask for disaggregated figures in our country, we don't ever ask for them. Why now? Now this they bring all this confusion. ECSL they put that on their website after they don't do everything. They don't rethink, they don't do everything. Now that's not the thing. But now, disaggregated figure don't come because one person don't win. And let's call things by the name. Now, because one person don't get job, all that person will fail for not forget job. And make I say again, if that people then will go elect as MPs, if not then people then vote for them. Now then party that they put before all the people that will vote for them, will they suffer in the communities today. At least in the other time, we honorable Cabo, they come put law, they say this, they say that. Just as I say, it depends on who that you talk to. It depends on who that you talk to. But Salone, as long as we not truthful with we said, be it bloggers, even this platform and other platform there, as long as we not truthful with this, that continue to go before.
Okay.
Because even when I listen to a repeated program on this what he said, they say, "Oh, Mother, you don't divide our country." Then we come with the acceptance speech from EBK on 2012. It talks that the country is vastly divided because of how we vote.
All right.
I mean, let me call things by the name.
Okay, you don't go way out of time. We sort of get.
Yeah, thank you.
We get some
other people on the other side. Thank you.
Yes, and again, I decide deliberately interrupt you for let you go. Will make you point, but what you say depending upon the platform. So meaning that from what they say. So depending upon the platform, will either be in favor of APC or in favor of SLPP. So what do you get for say now about the international community? So you want to say the Carter Center, we na international, a based in America, and they don't get any thing for do with APC. So you want to say because they ask for disaggregated data, now APC. So now that's your analysis they push to, and you say even VOS. I don't know, so you category you put VOS. So the international body, France, Germany, UK, America. So they're all now APC. Hey, boy, me brothers. And then you say, okay, USTEM, and I'll be that program what I do on Thursday, I make it clear. Say the Elections Act not specifically say therefore publish disaggregated data by polling station. They only say if a publish result. And to RAM, the thing where it don't publish is sufficient for put a tick mark on that. But the side where I completely disagree, where he say international best practice, not a best practice that, because the international body then say for let this thing calm down, let citizens, even the opposition members them, then get them right or wrong, let it publish them. So then they me all am against it, saying international standard or best practice if we publish them. So in fact, the operations director said then get the numbers, which they're supposed to get, because if they don't get the numbers, for able forget the total. You forget first the disaggregated data and you add them together, you aggregate them. So you add them and get the total. So for let ECSL say it go take time for let them get that disaggregated data. But me brother, you self not get concerned as Sierra Leonean. So if it go take time for let them go able tabulate the small data, the disaggregated data. So how they're able for add them up. So it easier in mathematically, it easier for publish the disaggregated data than it is for publish the aggregated, the total. Because the total now, you get for do small mathematical thing for say this plus this plus this plus this equal to this. But the one way you they publish them as is, you know therefore add nothing. So you just publish the summarized reports. Hey, me brother. So it means say to you, because we not ask for them the last time, this time we not for ask for them. So who sign the best practice? Who sign improvement now? So what will be they do from 1961? If we change them now, that means we're not genuine. Now that's you they say we not for improve at all. We not for make any improvement in the system, Ebo. And now you they say it depending upon who say you they, the way you go analyze things and stuff. This is very simple, my brother. Whether you're APC, SLPP, as a Sierra Leonean, it's shameful. It's really shameful for like you corner, not to you run. I want to let people understand this. You not run for office for say you supposed forget a vested interest. So the interest in your case for B, you do a process where go push the country in peace go before. So if part of it, now for publish their numbers here, like waiting APC get, if it happens say waiting that we don't distribute to them according to the act, say they're supposed to get a disaggregated data, so like they're able to compare. And somebody I know say this the other caller a try for say, well, why APC not go put their own? Why other observers the new don't go publish their own? But guess what? Even Akisoya attempt that. It just happened no more say I not be able for before the program I not be able for bring that tweet there. We seen on Twitter, Ben Kelfala say that woman, exactly like paraphrase, a tweet say that woman where Allah blood, Ben Kelfala or Sandy, one of the two. He say, oh, that woman where Allah say blood, now they pull out number them, IRF numbers them. So automatically, that kind of statement they don't discredit whatever any other person go pull out. Because not to ECSL. ECSL now then get the constitutional mandate And now that make repeatedly, even the president say if anybody else publish a result or numbers them, we're not to ECSL, the numbers then they're not reliable. So why we need for push? Let APC publish their own, let New publish their own, let observers then publish their own, where even the president don't say anybody else other than ECSL will go publish election results, their election results then they not credible. So that for be we out. So let APC publish numbers that were not credible. Let New publish numbers them were not constitutionally credible. Let foreign observers then present or publish numbers that were not technically credible according to the Constitution. So the only people that were supposed constitutionally release data connecting to the election, and we say that data they credible, it will be the ECSL. So now you talk about an escoma, they make, they count and stuff. So that one day, then self not go tell me say na best practice. It not necessarily happen say because an escoma do am and not a best practice, we for continue for do am that make this one okay. Whose kind of analysis that? If we use that analysis, the Salone go before, me brother. Let me continue for take more calls them. VS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call from, please?
Good afternoon, brother. I'm calling from Washington.
Thank you so much for calling. What's your take on this program tonight, please?
Good afternoon, Mr. Tabo. As always, brilliant analysis, and I like when you can go back and analyze our calls. It's useful.
Thank you.
Pretty much my contribution again today is to continue my nonsense with you had to say, in the sense that Sierra Leone, again, we, the people, need to stop. We need to stop passing the finger and blaming other people. You know, we are responsible for this nonsense way to go on our land. We have allowed this nonsense to go on in our land for over 60 years. We're voting for a two-party system that have not benefited us for 60 years, but will continue to put them people in, expecting a different result. Mr. Connor, yes, have the constitutional rights. He is the one that's supposed to, he's the one that the Constitution gives the right to publish the result. And these are all things then really, I think, where we need to talk about. We need to talk about solution instead of just complaining. What do we need to do? Do we need to change that system? Do we need to just give one man? Should the power just go to one man for announced results? Some of us don't believe in that. Some of us believe that this results, number one, should be announced in the local level. You count the result, you announce them to the media. You know, now then some of us believe in that kind of transparency. We're not to one man, you know. But anyway, from that side, I think now we want to look for solutions. How we, for next election, which will go your land from Naya? Because every election have an issue. You know, it took America over 200 and some years up to today. They work on their elections. What can go wrong? The last time they try to change them for the next election if they can. Right? Now then they wait for the look for to solution. Naya. I understand there's a lot of controversy with this result, but again, APC had the right to go to court. They will claim that the court is not fair, which I will agree to, but it's still the only justice system we have in our country. Now, if a political party they say they not go na court, what in and they tell the rest of the Sierra Leoneans? So all of us should not believe in the judicial system. What in and they tell with us in our country? But I mean, all this is, to me, all this is nonsense now, really. I want to pass this. I want to talk about big things. I want to talk about how what we need to do to help with land. You know, the ideas about like a sovereign fund from the diaspora in investment in our land. Now, then continue and me want to talk about not to politics, not to who hold office, because it does not matter who hold office. Then two parties don't hold office for 6 years. What don't change? We need to pass this. We need to pass this. We need to start looking at things, how we go make improvement in our land. The sovereign fund or investment fund, we see Somalians have done this in their land. We see Ethiopians have done this in their land. We see Ghanaians have done this in their land. We see different people have done this in our land. We, the Sierra Leonean diaspora within the United States and Europe and everything, it's over 100,000. Can you imagine $25 a month tax on us, the diaspora, if we can get strong, bold leaders? How many of us are paying tax? But we'll go complain about everything about government. How many of us, the last time, will pay tax in our salon? But we'll go complain about everything, though. You know? So, me, I want to pass all this to look at bold things where they get the country involved and get the people involved and get the diaspora involved. The diaspora in a better place than a lot of us in Sierra Leone. Why not engage them and get them involved to come invest in the land, partners with them, challenge them? You know, I don't care about this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, time don't beat you, and because we get Boku people na the line. So one for thank you so much, and you make brilliant way you they talk me body be the rise as Sierra Leonean where you talk about for go past this and how we able contribute and push the country go before. Brilliant suggestion and brilliant take, and thank you so much, my brother. And this now then can't tell one for the year. But before we go past all this, we forget first the political atmosphere, because the politicians then and then they run everything. So whether
Absolutely.
we send funds them and whatnot, if they corrupt, all what you they aspire so it will come to pass. So now
We'll not put them, Mr. Cabo, we'll not put them in charge. We'll go come up with our own fund where we the wrong.
No, you're not going to do that without their involvement, because if they pass an act and say if I go through them, you're not going to bypass that. So now then get for encourage we and put laws them where that investment they go be secured. Otherwise, we need to go nowhere. So we're not able to bypass them. But thank you very much, and thank you. So we get more callers there on the line, but unfortunately I go pause there because Auntie Kadi don't join me at the studio. He don't join me at the studio. So let I make a tell fumble them I do. And then we will come right back after that. So Auntie Kadi, yeah, tell fumble them I do. Auntie Kadi, they get me? Auntie Kadi, unfortunately, I think they get issue. Auntie Kadi, they get me, ma? All right, well then we go try for the fix Auntie Kadi in line. For like we will take the calls them while they wait for the Auntie Kadi fix in line. So let we take more calls them, fumble them. WhatsApp, VOS network caller. Waiting your name and who say they call from WhatsApp. Yes, WhatsApp. Go ahead, please.
I was so happy today that the first day for contributing at this platform.
Okay.
My brother, thank you very much for the second time.
You're
Actually, the people know the honest to themselves. One, these people, so-called electoral commissioner, these people then just gather themselves, then set a plot for overthrow our democracy. Why I say this? This is simple. When I dey listen to one of my brother wey sit in a democratic country, it is say Anes Kuruma say this, Anes Kuruma say that. It's just ridiculous. My brother, we are enjoying democracy. If we the diaspora, we know they try for teach the best practice down there, I think we missed the point. There is no way where this man we go do research na the country we meet an Eskoroma go do this same thing where this man do. This will they talk where people they come for defend this ugly stuff. They always point at this, point at that. And when you go do your research, my brother, you cannot see anything like that. For just justify this ugly situation in our country. Now, if in get people in Dong Yanda, trust me, it is send money before during an Eskoroma in time, it is send money Dong Yanda to inform them. It get people away they go school late. If you be they send €100 now 250 euros. Right? So this na bad ugly situation we don't find we safe. This man, he just don't bring our country down the drain. Now our religious leaders during the time we them remove the 10 member of parliament, they don't see anything. The religious leaders, because the court system, it don't show clear that then they to the incumbent government. So if the opposition during the election time, they raise concern, even Francis Charles Magai, he say this man not qualify for conduct election. When then 2 cases here go to the court, they say there is no judge for seat on this case. So tell me true, my brother, that court system they there for the citizens them? Not there for the citizens. So if people are continue talking about this court, the court is not for the opposition. Trust me, it's not for the opposition. Because if we look at the situation of the country today, today I dey see where the police high commissioner they try for make press conference. They make a press conference today. They say now then they can begin to monitor people and phone. Then this cyber crime with and said, it just ridiculous. Now all the strategy when they put now for just for fishing the big fish them to the opposition. So this
you time down. So
okay.
Let me give people a chance, please.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I'll call you next time.
Yes, thank you. Unfortunately, though, I don't know, Auntie Kadi, if you still there hear me. Auntie Kadi, you there hear me? Auntie Kadi, you there hear me? Auntie Kadi? Well, unfortunately, Auntie Kadino, they hear me, so I see on the screen. But let me take one more call, and then I go try for play the APC interview or Usman Timbo interview. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side the call from, please. Hello. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side the call from. All right. We need to get to the caller. So let we sort of play the interview with Usman, Honorable Usman Timbo, Guy, na VOA. So let we play them, and then we'll come right back for we do we analysis. I don't know if I go able to get Anti-Kadi behind the scene then, but let we sort of listen to that interview there, and then we will come right back, and we'll also don't pass even the 1 hour mark, but we'll still give your own analysis, and then close the show and take more calls them if possible. So let we listen, my brothers and sisters, them, because this is very important for know the way forward. We will listen to this.
You are listening to Nightline Africa on the English service of the Voice of America. I'm your host, Carol Van Dam in Washington, D.C. And coming up in the second half of Nightline Africa, the Saturday Music Spot from our collection of music from the continent. But first... In Sierra Leone, the main opposition All People's Congress Party says its elected lawmakers will continue to boycott parliament until all of its demands are met. The party says it will not participate in the country's governance for the next 6 months before it will make a decision about its next steps forward. Attorney Osman Abdel Timbo, an elected member of parliament and Deputy National Secretary General of the APC, says the failure of the Electoral Commission to publish the results despite repeated appeals bolsters the party's suspicions that the recent elections were not credible. His remarks come after the U.S. ambassador to Sierra Leone urged the APC not to boycott legislative and local governance. The opposition demands fresh polls, citing voter irregularities and rigging. It also comes after a majority of APC lawmakers refused to attend the induction ceremony to take their oaths of office. For more, VOA's Peter Clody reached attorney Osman Abdel Timbo.
Key amongst these demands is that they conduct a rerun of the elections within 6 months, because we're not satisfied with the election results, and we are not just dissatisfied out of nothing. We believe that the numbers were cooked. We believe that until the disaggregated results per polling stations are published, which they should be able to publish by this time, they should have published by this time, the elections cannot be said to be credible. I don't know if you are aware of the history and demands or complaints right through or leading up to the elections and even during the elections and the tally of the results. We've catalogued all of our demands, we've catalogued all of our complaints since the start of the process, right up to the date the elections, the results were announced.
Well, we had reports that the U.S. ambassador calling on the APC not to boycott governance Sierra Leone. What is your reaction to?
We're saying, how can you say the voices of those people should be heard when in the first place we believe that the election results don't reflect the voice and the votes of the people? The people who were representing, don't forget we're only representatives. The people who were representing have told us not to participate. Not one person have I, as an MP-elect, not one person who has called me to talk to me about going or not going to Parliament has reached out to me telling me to go to Parliament. Everyone I've spoken to outside the party's decision, the party's decision aside, has told me not to go to Parliament until at the Miam Summit. The U.S. ambassador said it's for the sake of democracy. Democracy is not just a word. We should be seen to be practicing democracy. We should be seen to be doing what democracy dictates. We don't believe that what the elections that the ECS or the Electoral Commission announced is a true reflection of the democratic will of the people.
What are the two key key or major demands by the APC in order to participate in the governance of the country, or so to speak, to allow the voice of the people who voted for you to be heard?
We'll just put all together and just say one. Publish the disaggregated results per polling station. It's only 11,000 polling stations. And like I said this morning in a post that I did on Facebook, we're saying if you announce final results, those results are based on the addition of results per polling station, and that's what should be. It should be a reflection of the total of those votes from the polling stations. So if you've announced a total result, that means you have the results from the polling stations from which you calculated the total. So it should not take more than a day for you to publish that. But it's over 3 weeks now, and we're still asking for this, and I'm sure international observers as well as local observers have been asking for this, and up till this day, they haven't done that. I'm pretty sure if that is done, then those who are doubting the credibility of this result will be proven right or will be proven wrong. So that's amongst all the demands. To make it very simple, let them publish the disaggregated results per polling station.
What do you say to those who are saying that there are laid down procedures if you disagree with the outcome of an election to approach the court to address your concerns?
In the past 5 years, we've expressed a dissatisfaction by going to court. We have boycotted parliamentary sittings. We've had a few grandstandings before. What have we gained from all of those? Nothing. So we've seen that all of that hasn't yielded any good. So we say now we're holding a right to participate based on the instruction from our electorate, the people who voted for us.
So how long do you plan on boycotting parliament or participating in the governance of the country?
Well, in a press release, we demanded that a re-vote be conducted within 6 months, meaning that we don't even mind staying out for 6 months. Until that 6 months expires, then we'll know what our next line of action will be.
That was attorney, APL official, and member of parliament, Osman Abdel Timbo. He was speaking to VOA's Peter Clody.
All right, thank you, Fambulem. Una don listen, una don yeri, waiting, Usman Timbo, Honorable Usman Timbo don't say. So 2 things we're very critical in waiting he say. The first thing we're very critical is say within 6 months, then for do a rerun of the election, meaning that then for do fresh election. So then in a critical demand where I go talk about how difficult for let down they happen. And the second thing is say, if that did not happen, for prevent, let Salone people and go back and go do another election within 6 months, let ECSL publish the AFAF number them where they add up, when by polling station, where they add up and get the aggregate number them where they publish. And now a caller be say, ECSL, the previous year's numbers there will be there, they don't even put them at the website. So you kind of wonder, what's the ECSL data? Waiting there really? Because if you feel say they do the right thing, why you for pull the previous election the numbers them? Instead of you publish your own, let we able get the latest numbers them. Able me fumble them. But again, before I come to that 6 months, because we know say it look like say ECSL from the interview, from the press release, they not give no indication. If I told them intend for publish the disaggregated result, they not give no indication as to when. Even where na 98.1, where the interviewer Mabel, where it press the operations director, that man continue for say, then get the numbers. So yes, we agree say una suppose forget the numbers because otherwise una not forget no way for publish a total because total of waiting. And get for be total of small thing. So yes, I don't know if because they feel say, they know say you forget small numbers them way for add up to the total, make them say then get their numbers, then small numbers then they. But the question now is for in the interest of the country, for let their international partners here continue for respect Salone, continue for help Salone go before. Why una not go publish them? I make it clear on Thursday say constitutionally, like by the act where parliament passed, the law where parliament passed as to how for conduct the election, and not they say na legal something or constitutional mandate for let them publish the disaggregated data because it not specify say if or be then small number than they. It only say for publish the result and they don't publish numbers. So again, as Salone person, who know say parliament, the judiciary, all very corrupt. The politics where they na them place then they yes na political arm because na politicians them they make them come and make up the parliament. But the point where they make na is then laws then where they pass, they do it deliberately for left loophole. So the party within a power will get so much power. Because like this now, they don't give ECSL, the particularly the chairman, so much power. How now if for decide waiting for publish? So we go just sit down no more President Bill say, oh, the people then want for like then they're so glady as to waiting how they do for them, they want for like go third term. President Bill can cut out no more and say that. And waiting for create that avenue there for believe say yes, now the people them say for let it go third term. They call a referendum. Referendum mean you go ask the people a yes or no, then vote. So if ECSL go put any kind number when we not get way for verify the numbers then they if that total then are correct total or not, now waiting them put we for believing. President Bill can cut out after maybe 2-3 years. Say, oh well, Salone people are so glady the way why they handle the country so they want for go third term. And then it pass in a parliament. And parliament say yes, let we make a referendum. So then go like how Alpha Conde na Guinea do. Alpha Conde, what did he do? He manipulates the whole thing and he make a referendum. And the international body say the referendum, the opposition and cry say the referendum no reflect the wishes of the people. But guess what? It say the people then vote overwhelmingly for let it go a third term. Let it change the constitution. Because you can only change certain part of the constitution where they call entrenched clauses. You can able to change the one and they with a referendum. So if now Bio go back, say because the ECSL now they're responsible for conduct all elections then at Salone. So Conne, I want let you organize a referendum for let Salone people and decide if I forgo a third term or fourth term or te adede te die. If we don't begin to allow ECSL forget the absolute power, waiting a pool. In all care, in all matter, if you pull disaggregated way we say go do the math for see if the total add up or waiting them then give the observers them and also the agents them if not that number their numbers then they add up we get the total we not get nothing for compare with. We supposed for be the ECSL numbers. So now that way they will feel say Salone one for go. Where one person, the president can just rely on whatever arrangements they get. And that person say, okay, well, yes, I go organize referendum. And at the end of the day, whether Sierra Leoneans then like it or not, they come and put numbers them. Say, oh, according to people that will vote on the referendum, overwhelmingly, 90% of Sierra Leoneans them, they're so glad with President Bill that they want to go third term, fourth term, they die. Guess what? That way them pass na parliament, again that right there. So what's waiting he call no more, no question. And when you go now court, you question them, and guess what? It can even challenge the court and say constitutionally are not obliged for publish them. Yes, the court gets the right for interpret them. The court can say that clause they will and say for publish numbers them. The court can turn around and say numbers them were reasonable. The court can do that. So the court can force them and say, no, you get for publish the small numbers then. So now it make VOS, they say, the APC folks them, like how they can say then kick them blessing with their left foot. The international body, in a technical sense, they ask for the same thing with them they ask. So that by itself, suppose for them strengthen their position. Where therefore go now in a court and let the court force ECSL. Now they no more go able to do them for let them publish their results then they. So then say 7 days. 7 days don't pass. But now let I come back to waiting we hear from we honorable Usman Timbo. That's 6 months. Within 6 months for call a new election. Ebo una no go court. As I be don't say before, constitutionally, President Bill by himself ain't not go do that. He not get the constitution on his side. He go only call election after 5 years according to the constitution. After 5 years, the president get for call election who stem for all the next election and stuff. And for they within that time frame day. So anything before that, it take boku other things then. Even in the case of emergency, a get for go to parliament and parliament say yes, you for suspend. And again, by the way, not a military rule where you go say, oh, suspend the constitution and then we do what you want. No, this is not civilian rule. So the only body will get a right for say the result not credible. So at the order una for go back in the interest of the country, in the interest of peace, now the court, the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone. Now in the constitution give a right there. So the mistake we me believe say APC make, if at all as a party, they not be want for say then challenge the result within that 7-day window, it make very clear now the Elections Act. It say any citizen of Sierra Leone, as long as you vote na that election day, you can challenge the result na court. So me feel say that for we don't make them civilian like as civilian on behalf of AP, you know, need for be on behalf of the party, on behalf of yourself as a citizen. Say I dey challenge the result here. If they be don't make individuals them, then challenge the result. Waiting for be happen now, therefore be piggyback on the challenges then they and say, well, we get case them before the court. Individuals then get case them before the court, where the court for look into then case then they and rule. So that way then now then go use a kind of shadow support and use the international pressure for let the court rule accordingly. But according to the press release of the courts say as of that time they not be get anybody way through the Supreme Court or through the court system challenge the result. And if person or people do not bring case to the Supreme Court, by themselves, they're not go just cut out no more. Or we go rule on waiting. Rule on waiting. You get for rule on waiting somebody bring before you. So here is one other way where I feel saying a long shot, but they can still do a go around and go back to the courts. But the problem now is APC, then they say outrightly they don't trust the court system. And in my understanding, now the court no more go say, let we go back. It happened in Kenya. It happened in Malawi. And we see, say, yes, now Kenya, the second time where the court say let them do a rerun, the opposition boycott. So it make it easier for the then president, when Kenyatta. So it make it easier for him. But Malawi now, the court rule against the sitting president and say let them do a rerun. When they do a rerun, the opposition win. So as a result, the court action, it creates a situation where they overturn the election, and where they say for go to the polls, the opposition win. So we don't see in Africa it happen. And again, from your understanding, we know very well how powerful presidents then can be in Africa. So it must happen, say, waiting happen in Kenya, waiting happen in Malawi, it must happen, say, the international body, then they behind that. Pressure the Supreme Court for letting them do the right thing. So that this way maybe feel say APC for don't do them. But for say in 3 months, in 6 months, we for go back to election, would I go do that ruling day? If they not believe in the court. So here is from my own little research, and I want to make a disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, but again, constitution are for we all. Even the lawyers themselves, the people that win are lawyers, themselves not get the constitutional mandate for interpret the constitution, other than the lawyers that are the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court, now the only body, any lawyer, now in your opinion, in legal opinion, where the legal opinion, yes, a more grounded than me, because then gets the legal foundation. But then self can be wrong. They can interpret it differently. So that make the Constitution say the Supreme Court, now they no more gets the right for interpret the Constitution. So they can even interpret the law where Parliament pass. Now that Public Elections Act. That thing where the operations director now 98.1 say the law not tell them who stem for publish any other data. They don't publish results, period. And that's the law say. You publish result where you use for declare the winner. They don't do them. So they don't fulfill that mandate. So that way the Parliament write them. But the Supreme Court get right for say, yes, now so Parliament write them, but not so for interpreter. Your interpretation say, now only what you feel for put out, now you for put out. No, now the wrong interpretation. The Supreme Court get the right for say, part of that publication day for be the disaggregated. The Supreme Court can have that. Then get the right for do it. So which is why we not forbid the APC, they're not forbidden do that. They're not forbidden do that, say not for going to the court. Now I will talk about another way around it from me little research where I do. We get what they call Information Act, where the citizens them then can sue Corner now through the court system and through that Information Act, so let it release the disaggregated data. So the courts now can use that opportunity there for force Corner for release the disaggregated data. And if they release the disaggregated data and waiting they add or the data where they use for declare President Bill the winner and all the other parliamentarians them, if it's different from waiting then go later publish as the disaggregated data, it left to the courts now for use that and say according to the true numbers them President Bill not win, or the members them not win. So they can decide now the way forward. They can do that way now through precedent. They can set a precedent. Then get that authority there for set a precedent. And say for in the interest of the country, for the peace of the country, but for let them rule in the first place, somebody get for bringing case to them. Somebody get for bringing case to them. So again, we get what I will call a lifeline. If APC or any Sierra Leonean will vote, or we want for take that long route there, we can able to test the impartiality of the judiciary in this case. So use the Access to Information Act, the Information Act there, and force corner. As citizens, we all get right if we seek particular information, forget that information there. We all get a right there. And especially where now public is supposed to be public information. You don't get anything where you go say because of it get something for do with somebody in privacy, you don't go publish them. This not to for tell we Mami Yebu, Mami or Sori, brother Ibrahim, brother whatever. Now this person then vote for. Not to their number then they get for go to that level they for let we know a particular person who say vote. In fact, we're not supposed to know that because the person in name not get for dinner the ballot. Then just the give a paper after they don't verify, say yes, you are registered voter. So I make them get small something like chaos where you they go there, nobody not see you, who you vote for, after you vote, you dump them. So nothing not there per ballots then they will get people and personal information. So nothing not make them will prevent for let them publish them. So through Information Act, we capable as citizens. Somebody be don't say that's na VOS. And I say VOS go do we best for contribute to that as well. So that's, in my own opinion, are the only lifeline. And sadly enough, Habas Bundu don't begin preempt. It don't begin talk about say, oh, if APC then feel saying like last time, we then go call ECOWAS can beg for them, they allow them. What a shame. What a shame. After we don't manipulate the system and you use that manipulation there as bragging right, what a shame. And I must say though, because I always like for take two sides. This election, based on waiting corner publish, Abbas Bundu illegally, constitutionally elected as Speaker of Parliament. This time around, probably because they get the numbers them way required, they go through the proper process, the constitutional process, which is sad. The last time, a very clear say they not be get the majority, but then bulldoze them way, forget the majority, and even so, Abbas Bundu not be qualified for be the speaker back then. But waiting and talk. Then talk say, oh, well, we for form a quorum, meaning that for assess the number, we suppose for vote and based the result on their numbers, then they if will only be people that were present in the parliament at the time. And some of you will be they follow me. I say no. After that, the constitution say. The constitution say if we're based on the total number of parliamentarians them, the full, even the one them, you don't need for be sworn in. And are the only exception that because for let you be sworn in, if or be through the Speaker of the House. Now the Speaker of the House now is supposed for sworn in the newly elected parliamentarians them, members them, the member elect. So it's so funny how we dey cherry pick the constitution. So now that same Abbas Bundu will make the last time on Thursday, I seen a very dangerous man. Because waiting he get up in sleeve now. For like he begin one APC and say they get 30 days. If they not show up within 30 days, there it will be issue for them. Who's one of the issue? Una don't change the system to a PR system when a proportional representation. The district block as una call them. So wetin that they mean? It means say where the people that don't elect the parliamentarians them by them political party, where the political party where they are affiliated with, the next 5 years. Now that party they get for fill the seat. In this case, APC win according to Corner 54 seats in parliament. So then 54 seats then they now the party. And that's make the last time. I say Salone will they go through a very dangerous path. Because even the current one where they serve as a leader of the opposition, because now one green day where now Honorable Mohammed Bangura, APC can turn around and expel him. And immediately they expel him from the party according to the constitution, as long as now that symbol, the party in symbol, is used for going to parliament, and not like them place here. Where you can use the party, but when you go to parliament, if you don't like what the party go do, you go become what we call independent. Or you can even cross over yourself to the other side. You can join another party as long as the people elect you. That's now the first past the post, because now the people them they elect you directly. But this case, this now the people that not elect their MPs here directly. Then put them papers them vote for the party. And the party, yes, the party be don't submit a list of the candidates. Say if, for example, I be don't give that example there, but for the benefit of people them way not be watch that program there. Let's say, for example, now Connor we then get 10 seat. So APC they give ranking and get 10 members them where they submit. They submit their members then they and then get alternative. If any of their members, let's say APC or use SLPP for example, SLPP like how they get all the seats then are bow. So then seats then they will then get now bow and then get alternative. So the 12 seats them way then are bow. SLPP according to Corner win all. So if President Bill appoint one of the MPs then they, so waiting happen now, you don't get one vacant seat. So now he make them get alternative list. So that for that list day, the person where they first now that list day, now they bump go before. So the same thing if any MP, Father forbid it, die before the 5 years. So that alternative list, now they pull one person and say, okay, you go fill the gap. As long as now within that district, because each district then get the first list, then get the second list, and I believe they even get third list where I don't feel say go easy for let them go to that third list day. So una see why I say Salone will go on a very dangerous path. Because if Abbas Bundu where you know get that right, one for protect Mohammed Bangura, Honorable Mohammed Bangura, you still say another constitutional crisis get for camp? Because APC gets the full constitutional right for expel Mohammed Bangura according to the constitution. And if they expel Honorable Mohammed Bangura, that seat there, then can pull somebody from the alternative list and replace Mohammed Bangura. And Abbas Bundu now, if feels say he want flex him muscle for say no to it, now they other issue get for camp. And the judiciary now, who side and go there for rule, because they be don't rule similarly in favor of former President Anes Kouma. where then kick Sam Sumana out of APC, and it make Sam Sumana at that time not be belong to a registered political party, and they use that for say because you not get any registered party enough for be vice president. Because the Constitution, the way how the Supreme Court at that time, the way how they interpret that part of the Constitution, because the Constitution say before you be president or vice president, run for their offices, then you for belong to a registered political party. So, but waiting how they interpret them, then say even after we don't win, if we still continue for be part of that party day, if we belong to a registered political party. So meaning that if Sam Sumana, like where he helped for form the C4C, even if he form his own political party, right away, that party they supposed to be registered party. So they use that kind of manipulation there. Where if na in the interest of peace and also for given that now then two as a team, the people then vote for, then forbidden rule in favor of Sam Sumana. And that way they ECOWAS court. And that way they interpret that part of the Salone Constitution. Says Sam Sumana, before the elector, it will be a member of a registered political party. So then they sufficient. So whether una expel him pa una party or not, yes, it will cease for become a party member, but it's supposed for still remain as vice president of Sierra Leone because the people are not elect him. According to the ECOWAS court, now the proper interpretation that of we law. But what didn't happen? The ECOWAS court not get the constitutional mandate for reinstate Sam Sumana, for make Sam Sumana come back as the vice president. The Supreme Court, waiting they don't say, according to where we they say na Salone Nef Court. Waiting they don't say, now the final decision that. So the final decision say former President Kuruma be right. Because waiting they first do, they expel Sam Sumana, and then former President Kuruma proceed now and use that because they don't expel him, and not be a registered, be a member of a registered political party. So the Supreme Court rule in favor of EBK, and it can replace the vice with any other person. All you need for do is for go through parliament, get for be a rerun of another election. So it go through parliament and then they get the majority. So parliament confirm Victor Fo, horrible Victor Fo. We are not get one respect for. Later una wa not get respect. I don't say I'm na. Where AFRC kick out Kaba in government where the Salone people them constitutionally elect Kaba government. I be the Salone. I be the watch Victor Fo. And at the time, he even shamelessly talk about, say, he go visit Kaba, the Tiwe Kaba offer him na Fanta. And offer him anything else. I think he even say, if I remember correctly, even transport safe Kaba no get him back. So to mind the way the Tiwe take from it, like say, Kaba no free to him. So if we support a military takeover, it believe court foolish part of the Constitution were not correct. Oh, the military get right for takeover because of XYZ. And that same Victor Fode now, part of President Bill in team. Alpha Khan, where is still this new thing, is still make presidential spokesperson. It there on record, we don't play on a VOS, where Alpha Khan, he urged former President Kuruma for go third term. So now see some of the reasons why are concerned. Because the people that were there around President Bill, probably not them, they orchestrate this, not them, they encourage them for let it they do their undemocratic things here. I make it not go surprise me. I go wish I be wrong. But it not go surprise me. For like few years down the road, we see them pass something at Parliament for adjust the terms where President Bill will go. Please adding don't begin hint on that. So President Bill Young, a candidate for life. At the paraphrase. And Prince Harding now the chairman of the SLPP. And now they don't even get a cabinet position. So when they see how they go, the concerns they want to get for the country. So this I make I want for appeal to particularly with SLPP brothers and sisters. Una self get role for play, not to just we, the independent people them. Now we pull APC na the picture for now. But una self think the dangerous path where we they go, where President Bill they take we country. We don't see them. It don't happen in Egypt. Where then kick out the even though a military person. But let's say Egypt probably go be slightly different because now the military take over, which now something where I know they really wish for, because people and go die. So, but we don't see that. We see the aftermath of where Alpha Conde, where he attempt. And this man, and they continue to repeat this, this man, Guineans, then be hold him to high esteem. Huge respect for him because he come out abroad. He don't get in PhD in political studies and all that. And know so much about democratic principles. And they even call him the father of Guinean democracy. Where in their opposition, they talk about all the fancy things, the benefits of democracy. Where he get the chance now for rule. All the things that they preach, where he be there in opposition, he throw away them out of the window. And waiting happen. He begin do things that were not democratic. And now the Guinean people they don't go back to square one, military rule. Where you don't even get that privilege for say anything, whether in favor or against the government. It left to waiting the government go think. And military we know say the first thing where they come, they suspend the constitution, where give me and you two we right for associate with freedom and all that. They suspend them and begin rule by decree. Now that we want a Salone. So that make to me, as I said, the only from the small research where I do, the only lifeline now for like we use as citizens, including citizens of APC, where they support APC and SLPP as well. Because I know say you still get some SLPP supporters when not like the position where the country, the situation where they're going on now the country. You get plenty. I'm not going to say not the majority, but you get plenty SLPP members them, supporters them. We're not glad you Saudi. But this is simple, Conne. Yes, not there na the act, but this you say best practice. This not in the interest of the country. This not in the interest of peace na Salone. Why you not go publish them? Forget about APC. But for the sake of the international community, the people who they call as partners, we get for help we. If Katakata come to that place, they safe. Now they will get for look up to them and help we. So if APC want make Katakata safe, if you don't pull the numbers, the international body, they say yes, the numbers that we get, then kind of similar to the number where you get. Hey, boy, enough for don't get a sigh of relief. You self con enough for don't cock your shoulder and say you be do the right thing. Why you don't do that? And you don't even get timeline. So let us conclude by saying me fumble them. APC, when I talk about 6 months, according to the interview where Honorable Usman Timbogi, and say after 6 months, if they not see a rerun of the election, then go take the next course of action. The question is, if Conan not publish whatever they ask for, and then magically will not get any rerun of the election. What else will not go do other than for result in violence? What else? Because the course of action, when they make so, say when they boycott, I not feel so not go do that for the next 5 years. Absolutely not. It's not feasible. Because you get Boku people where then go want for get benefit after the 5 years. Then go want for the get salary. And we all know say APC be the struggle financially. So I not feel say them go able for uphold for they pay them people salary. And the government not get for pay them salary? Absolutely not. Because according to the government, from the thing where they read, from Abbas Pundu, then considered MP elect until then take them swearing and then sit down, get them seat before they become full MPs and begin get benefit. So then people, and we all know the pressure where politicians can get in terms of that financial responsibility. Even we were not politicians where we didn't here. There's so much financial responsibilities within our shoulder. We all know that. Then people can get for take care of their family. So USA una go pull money for sustain this thing. And let me see if even una go able to sustain them for the next 6 months. So now just from where they call the result, now slightly over a month now. So let we see really. Let we see. So to me, not feasible. So the question now is, and also you don't say 6 months after una go get to my own line of action. But the question is, what else una go do? If really not to violence. Because I don't see any possibility of a peaceful resolution here. And we all know, say, no matter within the international body talk or preach, President Bill not gonna forgive up. And not gonna forgive up. And by the way, ECSL don't announce them. So constitutionally, if even President Bill resign because it feels it is shameful to him and stuff, guess what? Constitutionally, that the vice president they take over, not to a rerun of an election. That the vice president they take over. And if himself say, you know what, myself disgrace, now somebody else, the person where Jule they go appoint as in vice, now that person they go take over. So it not still therefore resolve the issue. So now the question is, who's other way for resolve this? We go push the country to another election for do the election. Yeah, let them tell we, because me, from the little way I don't see any peaceful means. One of the viable way, one of the possible way, and in a dangerous way, go be military takeover. If the military take over, then suspend the constitution and then form an interim where go conduct a new fresh election. And the only way that, without the court involvement. Because if una say una not go involve the court, without the court involvement, it get for be a forceful thing. Not for let then give una time or for let una go back na parliament, una according to Kone, una don't win the parliamentary election. So una get the right for go to take una seat. But for say let they redo the election, the only body from your understanding, from waiting I read and waiting I understand from reading the Constitution, now the Supreme Court no more gets that right there for call a fresh election. Like I say, President Bill can only do them after 5 years. And we all know say no 5 years yet. So again, I'm for telling a boku tenki, but we country it in a dark situation right now. And that's the way the linger so we just see what's happening in Nigeria. Now, democratically elected government, the military not get no business, yes, whether things hard or whatever it is, they not get no business for take power. And the people then be supposed wait and get the opportunity for go back to the poll, kick them out. Even though Salone, the people and try for do that, but corner they in the way. But according to statistics, the Niger president, a win unfairly. And people and self where I be shown the interview on Thursday, you get civilians they will outrightly come and say no, the man win democratically. So the military don't get any business for Pulande. So we see back it happen at Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, waiting can happen. The civilian government, yes, we don't get plenty military takeovers, but this nice civilian government, you know, if they're not even wait till I finish in term, the military and who's reason and because of the man not handle the military extremist, that is not a justification for the military take over at all. And Guinea, waiting happen. If quote and unquote, if according to waiting the former president be say, the people engage the mandate for go a third term. So meaning that constitutionally he was re-elected for a third term. But waiting the military take over, say it take over because of the situation of the country and stuff like that. It give that justification there. So form you in team and hand over power, nothing. Now 2 years they can't go so now. So now that make people the way they feel say now the military now the best option a dangerous path. And clearly Bill gets people the way loyal to them as well. In bodyguards, in guards them, and even within the military. So it will really be nasty. Bloody, I should say. And we don't want further bloodshed at that country there. So my brothers and sisters, when I see why ECSL get for rescue Salone, the peace, you know, some people and like few callers respectfully, I go disagree with them. Oh, let APC them publish their own number. APC them publish their number. If it different from waiting ECL publish, waiting SLPP then go say, oh, but na fake numbers there. So if even the observers then publish their numbers were different from waiting ECSL publish, the SLPP supporters them, including the president, go say but not reliable numbers. So waiting at the essence for let them publish their numbers then they where before them publish them, we don't know say not to credible numbers them according to the according to the act. So any other they paraphrase now. Any other numbers them election result we publish by other institutions other than ECSL, not to credible numbers. So then they still insist, and even shamefully, the operations director where he do interview. Well, APC then can will publish their own. Publish their own. So publish something where from the get-go we don't question and say authentic, credible, because not to then get that responsibility there. So una we get the responsibility for redeem Sierra Leone from this darkness. Wow, no, waiting difficult. Because we're not supposed to forget the numbers mathematically, because like I say, we'll get aggregate where show we wait till you add up, forget that totally. We'll get total without a breakdown. So then break down in the people and say, including the international organizations, like una publish their small numbers then they. So me fumble them. I know say somebody talk about prayer, say prayer not go work and stuff. But as somebody will believe, and as African, because as of they were very typical of we the Africans, where thing they happen where get much control over, or even understand how they work, you hand them over to God. So dear, let we hand over this situation to God. But I not get as a Sierra Leonean, I need to blame nobody but Kone and the ECSL. If Salone go into a situation where me and you two go regret and not proud of, we for blame them on Kone. I don't see any reason. Let we do reverse psychology. If Kone publish their numbers here, waiting go take away from waiting whose disadvantage you go get on in part. If the numbers them way the total way it give, then total then they correct. If you publish the breakdown, will lead to them total and they waiting it go take away from Kone. It go take away in credibility? Absolutely not. It go even strengthen in credibility if they small numbers then they publish them and people them add them up and see say it be the same number as the one way it use for declare President Bill the winner. So una see why we all, including the SLPP supporters and even the president, for blame Kone for this kind of situation. If I encourage and that's make one broadcast where we do, I say President Bill put Salone force. You need for put pressure on Kone for let he release the numbers them. If the numbers then they truly reflect the will of the people and other numbers then they make you be you go second term. You self want let the entire world know say you then legitimately elect you as president of Sierra Leone for the second time. So why for be in your interest, President Bill, for let Corner publish their numbers then they instead they just give people a medic, they create more tension in the country. Where according to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, their findings, they say now some of them things here lead to the war, where some of we even directly lost our parents them. And people them you get they still get cut hand, cut foot, they live with that situation will happen as a result of the terrible politics here. President Bill saved Sierra Leone. I believe say if you can publicly and say you don't need for even call them behind the scene publicly and say you go encourage Kone or you go urge them for let it release their numbers then they within 24 hours I strongly believe say Kone go release their numbers then they because you don't get any reason enough for release them. You don't get any reason if the numbers then genuine, if they're credible, if they add up. So now this I go left with now, me fumble them, and as I continue for appeal to me SLBB brothers and sisters, say now one Salone we get. Let we political affiliation or so-called political loyalty ruin the country we're supposed to be above your party when I one grain mama Salone. Dear, if this not something where we all for push for let Corner do when are the right thing in my opinion, let we do them, my brothers and sisters. It's very essential for save that country there, for save other generation them, not for go through waiting me and Bokoda people and go through. For loss we parents them and lost some people and lost their hand, their foot, like I say. Some people and kill them brutally. And this na Salone person they do want to encompass Salone person, not to foreigners then come and put them kind dangerous thing and power. No, this na Salone people and self treat them Salone people and so. Dear me Salone people them, dear me SLPP brothers and sisters, dear me APC brothers and sisters, dear me independent brothers and sisters. Let we not sit down idle. Let we not set mot. Them politicians here, if you add the entire number, you count the parliament, you count the cabinet, you count President Bill, the core politicians them, they not reach 1,000, the number not reach 1,000 at all. So why we want for Sidom, people them will not reach 1,000, they make 8 point something million people and suffer. Why want do that? Why want support person like that? A party where bent on carrying go Salone back now then dark ages then they. As I say, waiting Corner get for lose if he publish them. If not ego they try for make the constitution say publish the results. Ekebo use that. And the constitution say as it deem fit. So if it deem say it go help the country for it go help the peace and for let the country stable and move on, I feel say I for publish then disaggregated result here that satisfy the act. because the act say publish the result as you see fit. And this is fit for the peace of the country. Me na Abdulkarim Kagbo, I'm for telling una boku thank you for una join, and let we continue for support all the platform them where they push Mama Salone go before, including VOS. I'm for say boku thank you, let God bless on our family. Let God bless with politicians them, let them do the right thing. God influence them for do the right thing. And above all, me fumble them. This now one Mama Salone. Let God bless Mama Salone. Let God bless we all family. Until Thursday, where I go come back, I want for left now with this message from the Kaba brothers. The reason we make a let for play this before and after the show, now the words. Let una listen to the words. Say, let we left for faith we serve. Salone, nobody no go make and go before. Now we no more go make and go before. Let we stop nepotism. That situation where you dey put your brother outside of it, put your sister, cousin, like people were close to you side and not fit, outside and not deserve. Let we stop that because you need to push Salone go before. So now I make I can play them for 2-3 minutes so people can understand the words and see if their words here are going to influence them for do the right thing. And one other announcement where I want to give. By God's grace, if everything goes well, we will get Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte tomorrow with Mr. Shilon and Mr. Mengot. Now the social media review show, and it will be the same time where I start today, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Salon time, it will be 7 p.m. and UK time, it will be 8 p.m. So I will encourage you now for let una tune in tomorrow and let una listen to to Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte and waiting na you take. I believe so then go ask him questions regarding the current situation of the country. So I will encourage you now for let una tune in and let una listen, and una go call. I will also encourage you now for call because after some part of the discussion go be for take few calls them. Let the you to una self for say. So until tomorrow, we are hope that una go join tomorrow program, and I see boku people joining. I want again on behalf of VOS for telling una boku thank you, and on behalf of Salone, una tata. Let God bless we all.